Honestly, do you believe you can design a great team? That is the question every leader must ask themselves. This question is not just about your skills and abilities, but more about your mindset, your beliefs about yourself, and how you see the world. It is about how you approach the challenge of building a team, and whether you believe that you have the power and confidence to create something great. Your true ability to design a great team is reflected in how you answer this question. Jim Rohn once said, "To attract attractive people, you must be attractive. To attract powerful people, you must be powerful. To attract committed people, you must be committed. Instead of going to work on them, you go to work on yourself. If you become, you can attract." I'm going to share with you 4 principles that are the foundational cornerstones for becoming a designer of a great team. If you lack any of these, your journey will be painfully short-lived. But if you embrace them with increasing measures, you will become a leadership magnet. The question, honestly, do you believe you can design a great team, will ultimately be decided on how you answer the following 4 sub-questions. These are the 4 thought models that you must embrace to design a great team. Question number 1. Do you desire to acquire the knowledge and skills necessary to improve yourself to develop a great team? This is a question of our mindset. A mindset is the inward awareness of your potential. Do you have a growth mindset or a fixed mindset? Are you fixed on who you already are or focused on who you can and will become? Having a growth mindset means being curious and open to learning new things and being willing to invest time and effort into your personal development as a leader worthy of designing a great team. A growth mindset is the belief that our abilities can be continually developed through hard work and dedication sustained over time. People with a growth mindset see challenges as opportunities for growth and embrace failure as a learning experience. They are always looking for ways to improve themselves and understand that failure is an essential part of the process. For some, it can be an intense curiosity for learning and exploring. When you become obsessed with the unknown and focus on how the future can be molded and improved to meet more people's needs, your potential is nearly unlimited. Leaders with a fixed mindset tend to attract individuals who value their established skills and abilities and are not open to growth and development. It's easier for a person with a fixed mindset to work for a leader who also possesses a fixed mindset. Leaders with a fixed mindset may be more inclined to focus on job titles and experience rather than the potential of an individual. They are focused more on immediate external rewards such as status and recognition rather than learning and growing that leads to future success. They seek out affirmation and recognition over progress. Designing a great team requires a growth mindset. You have to become greater to attract greater. There are no shortcuts. Question number 2. Do you believe that there are enough good candidates out there to build a great team? This is a question of our mentality. Our mentality is an outward awareness of your environment. Do you have a scarcity mentality or do you have an abundant mentality? A scarcity mentality focuses on the limited resources available and the need to hold on to what you have for fear of losing it. We see the world through a skewed or biased perspective. Our focus gets stuck on what we believe is not possible or attainable. Many leaders feel there are so few good employees out there, and it doesn't seem worth the effort to look for them and hire them. After all, they're just going to quit anyway, they reason. Their experience reinforces this expectation, and their expectation directs their future experience. It's a downward spiral, a degenerative loop. Pessimism often naturally dovetails with a scarcity mentality. This may be your cue that you are a scarce thinker. It is impossible to embrace your staffing problem as unsolvable and at the same time focus on a viable solution. Our brains don't work that way. When we don't challenge our assumptions, they will never change. We get stuck in a pattern of helpless thinking. An abundant mentality is the belief that there is enough success, happiness, and prosperity to go around. People with an abundant mentality focus on abundance rather than scarcity, and they see opportunities everywhere. They believe that success is not a finite resource and that there is enough to share with others. There is enough money out there to make, enough employees out there to attract, and enough customers that have a need that you can meet. Your mentality will determine if you believe that there are enough good candidates out there to build a great team. You have to be willing to put in the effort to go out and find great people rather than waiting around for them to show up on your doorstep. Your team isn't going to build itself. Question number 3. Do you believe that developing a great team will happen only if you make it happen? This is a question of personal agency or locus of control. Do you have an external locus of control or an internal locus of control? The ability to direct one's own life and make decisions is what we mean when we talk about people having a personal agency or locus of control. It is the conviction that one can control one's own life and realize one's own goals by their actions and their choices. Am I fully responsible and able to speak on my own accord with personal agency, or at the mercy of external forces with little control over my future? Do I believe the success of my team is entirely up to me to design? Those with an external locus of control view themselves as passive recipients of events and ascribe success or failure to external factors. They may also feel dependent on others when they can't meet their own needs. Adults with an external locus of control think luck, fate, or others' actions control their outcomes. They see themselves as victims of circumstances out of their control. When someone has an internal locus of control, they believe that they can change the results of their actions by using their skills, choices, and hard work. They get to choose their destination. They believe that their leadership determines whether they succeed or fail, and they are accountable for what they do and who their team consists of. They become obsessed with surrounding themselves with the best people to secure a successful outcome. They don't quickly give up when things go wrong because they don't see themselves as victims. They are the designers of their own environment. Your locus of control will determine what you believe about the development of your team going forward. Whether you believe you are the determining factor or not, either way you are right. Question number 4. Do you have a compelling internal purpose that personally drives you? Motivation is the driving force behind our actions and behaviors. It is the reason why we do what we do. However, motivation can come from 2 different sources: intrinsic and extrinsic. Intrinsic motivation comes from within, driven by internal factors such as personal values, interests, and convictions. It is related to your purpose and your giftedness combined with your experiences in life. It is your personal mission that drives you. Intrinsic motivation is powerful. It gives you the desire to engage in activity for its own sake rather than for external rewards or pressure. A strong purpose gives us the reason to get up in the morning and provides the motivation we need to face challenges and overcome obstacles. We are more likely to stay committed and focused even when faced with setbacks or obstacles. This motivation allows us to enjoy the process of pursuing our goals and feel a sense of fulfillment and satisfaction, not only when we achieve them, but especially in the pursuit of them. On the other hand, extrinsic motivation is driven by external factors such as rewards and recognition, also known as sticks and carrots, coined by the author Daniel Pink in his book Drive. It is heavily influenced by your upbringing and the influence of other people as well as culture. Sticks have negative consequences that are used to deter or redirect people in low performance, while carrots are positive incentives that are used to incentivize and reward people for high performance. This model assumes that we are truly incapable of being self-directed by any sort of higher priority or personal values. When we are externally motivated, we become dependent on receiving affirmation on a scorecard held by others. What other people think of us will become most important in the most crippling way. This comes when we lack an internal scorecard to measure any sense of internal achievements. Combining the 4 components. When we combine the 4 components, a growth mindset, an abundant mentality, an internal locus of control, and intrinsic motivation, we create a powerful mental foundation that can help us achieve our personal goals and benchmarks. These components are the essence of personal character and become the foundation to develop your leadership and to design a great team. A growth mindset allows us to see challenges as opportunities for growth and learn from our mistakes. An abundant mentality allows us to see opportunities everywhere and collaborate with others to achieve our goals. An internal locus of control allows us to take full responsibility for our actions and be proactive in pursuing our objectives assertively. Intrinsic motivation drives us and gives us passion to stay committed and focused on our goals, even when faced with setbacks or obstacles. Combining these components allows us to excel through personal growth, a positive outlook on people, personal agency, and a desire to build an empire of great people around us.